Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the news at 6 on Rajya Sabha Television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines. Tamil Nadu Assembly passes bill to lift the ban on Jallikattu at the special session of the State Assembly. Police use force in many places to break protests in many cities. Setback to former CBI Chief Ranjit Sinha Supreme Court constitutes special investigation team to look into prima facie allegations of misusing power in coal scam cases. Prime Minister Narendra Modi pays tributes to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his 120th birth anniversary, says Netaji's valour played a major role in freeing India from colonialism. And NIA starts investigation into the Hirakhand Express derailment that left 41 passengers dead and over 110 people injured in Andhra Pradesh on Saturday. A 4-member team to look into the possibility of sabotage. Well, in a major setback to former CBI Chief Ranjit Sinha, the Supreme Court today constituted a special investigation team to look into the prima facie allegations against him of misusing power in the coal scam cases. Current CBI Director Alok Verma will head the investigations. The 3-judge bench said the panel headed by former CBI Special Director M.L. Sharma has prima facie indicted Sinha for allegedly influencing the coal scam cases. Sinha is alleged to have met with several of the suspects accused of corruption in the allocation of coal fields to private firms. The Apex Court also asked the CBI Director to inform the court about the composition of his team and the time needed to complete the probe at the next hearing.
Court said that the report of the former Special Director of CBI, Mr. M.L. Sharma, indicated that there was more than enough prima facie evidence to suggest that there had been some wrongdoing and therefore there needs to be an in-depth investigation in this matter. The investigation will be monitored by the court and let's see what happens now.
Well, on a day when the State Assembly passed a law lifting the ban on the bull-taming sport of Jallikattu, the Tamil Nadu police had to use force to disperse protesters in many places. The nearly week-long protest of thousands of people at Chennai's Marina Beach has been called remarkable, not only in terms of sheer scale, but also because of the determination of its young leaders to keep it apolitical and peaceful.
Jallikattu protest across Tamil Nadu turned violent on Monday morning, with reports of stone pelting and lathi charge coming in from Chennai, Madurai and Coimbatore cities. State police tried to reclaim Marina Beach shoreline 2 days before the Republic Day event. Refusing to leave, protesters lined up at the seashore forming a human chain, while others staged a sit-in, while shouting slogans and resisting the police.
They are beating the people heavily. They are throwing us. They are pulling us. They are pushing us. Police, they are not behaving well.
This was a very peaceful crowd. This crowd knows all the ethics and they know all the principles. Okay, they were very silent. And what happened is suddenly the police just crashed into the crowd. And I don't know what the police are thinking in their mind. They don't know the ethics of crowd management and they don't have the basic ethics to handle people.
As appeals to clear the grounds failed, police in large numbers began to lift protesters physically to shift them out. Finally, they did manage to clear the grounds, with the district administration claiming they have the venue under their control. Despite promulgation of ordinance lifting ban on Jallikattu, protesters pledged to carry on agitation till a permanent solution was found. Political parties also appealed to the people to call off their agitation, even as some condemned the police action.
I have no problem with the youth. I have full sympathy for the youth and also for other people from art and literature and other walks of life who are genuinely feeling that this should be allowed. It's a native sport and it should be allowed. But these people are trying to politicalize. That's why I appeal to all these youngsters, please call off the agitation, resume your studies the government of the day, led by Tirupati Selvam, has taken necessary action, and once at an appropriate time, what else can be done to respect the sentiments of the people, that also will be kept in mind.
There must be leaders who are spearheading the campaign, and state government should talk to them and try to convince them and find a solution. And instead of that, state government should not engage police and resort to any police action and police serious action against the agitators.
Meanwhile, the special session of State Assembly was held to make Jallikattu ordinance into a law.
I mean, the ordinance and the bill. If the bill tries to remove some of the features which the Supreme Court pointed out, which cause cruelty to the bull, then it's a question whether they can go against the Supreme Court judgment.
Monday completed nearly a week of protest against the ban on Jallikattu, a period that saw leading film, political and cultural personalities coming out in favor of bull taming sport in the state. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, the Union government is all set to present the General Budget 2017 on February 1st. This year's exercise is expected to be not only taxpayer-friendly but also make extra efforts to restore liquidity in the wake of demonetization. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has on several occasions pitched for lower tax rates. Experts feel that he could tweak income tax slabs and provide other sops for the common man.
The upcoming budget could bring some cheer for individual taxpayers. The common expectation is that the exemption limit be raised from 2.5 lakh rupees to 3 lakh rupees and the slab rate be reduced. The lowest slab of 10% is on annual income of 2.5 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees and 20% from 5 lakh rupees to 10 lakh rupees. Above 10 lakh rupees, tax is levied at 30%. A revamp of the income tax structure will boost demand and give a fillip to the overall economic growth post-demonetization. Incentives for digital payments may also be announced to encourage people to move towards a cashless economy.
Another slab of 5%. So to benefit people at a lower level. So now everybody pays 10%. The moment you reach it, you got 2.5. So one can be expected the slab may be reduced to 5%. So where the government may say up to from 3.5 or 4 lakh to 6 lakh, tax rate will be 5%.
Corporate India also expects further reduction in corporate tax to boost private investment. In his budget speech of 2015, the Finance Minister had announced phasing out tax incentives with effect from April 1, 2017 and reducing the corporate tax rate from 30% to 25%.
From the industry perspective, this is going to be a highly crucial budget. At the moment, the investment is not coming on the ground and the demand is not being generated. Unless the two things happen, the employment will not be generated.
In a country of more than 125 crore people, just about 3.5 crore are in the income tax net. The Tax Administration Reform Commission has pointed out that only 3.3% of the population pays tax in India, compared to 39% in Singapore, 46% in the US and 75% in New Zealand. Tax sops may help double the number of income taxpayers and broaden the tax net in the country. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, investigations have started into the derailment of the Hirakhand Express with the NIA and CID teams visiting the scene today to see if there was sabotage. Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu visited the accident spot at Kuneru station and subsequently visited Rayagada district headquarters hospital to check on the injured, most of whom are from Odisha. Prabhu said stringent action will be taken against those found responsible. The Railways has announced a compensation of 2 lakh rupees each for the relatives of those killed and 50,000 rupees each for the injured. The governments of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha have also announced 5 lakh rupees each for the next of relatives of those who died in the accident. 41 passengers were killed and more than 110 people injured when the train rolled off the tracks near Kuneru station in Vizianagaram district of Andhra Pradesh on January 21st. The train was going to Bhubaneswar.
जो भी वजह हो सकती है वो वजह पूरी तरह से जांच की जाएगी और जो भी उसमें जिम्मेदार होगा उसके खिलाफ हम सख्त कार्रवाई भी करेंगे।
Well, here's a roundup of the other national news and nationwide. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today paid floral tributes to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his 120th birth anniversary. Modi said he was honoured to have the opportunity to declassify files relating to Netaji and fulfill a popular demand pending for decades. In a series of tweets, the Prime Minister said Netaji's valour played a major role in freeing India from colonialism. A number of functions were organised in different parts of the country to mark the occasion. The Supreme Court today directed the centre to appoint the Director General for National Human Rights Commission within a week. The court also asked the government to appoint members of the rights body within 4 weeks. The court also said that the centre will be in trouble if it starts hearing the matter and passes orders on it. A 56-year-old man and his minor son were today injured when a pressure bomb laid by Naxals went off on an under-construction road in Chhattisgarh's Sukma district. Sukma SP Indra Kalyan Elesla said that the incident took place near Milempalli village under Jagargunda police station limits when the victims were on the way to Dornapal. The injured were identified as Ranjan Bala and his son Indrajit Bala. Well, let's now get your news from the poll-bound states. Well, the party today released its third list of candidates for Uttar Pradesh Assembly election. Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav will contest from Mubarakpur, while Mulayam Singh's daughter-in-law Aparna Yadav is contesting from Lucknow Cantonment. Earlier on Sunday, the party released a list of candidates for 77 seats in Uttar Pradesh Assembly election. The Samajwadi Party is contesting the Uttar Pradesh Assembly polls in alliance with the Indian National Congress. The Congress had agreed on 105 seats, while the Samajwadi Party is fighting elections on 298 seats. Senior Samajwadi Party leader Naresh Agarwal today refuted speculations about him joining the BJP. He alleged that the Saffron Party was spreading rumours for the fear of losing voters among the traders.
पूरी बेसलेस है और ये मुझको डैमेज करने का प्लान किया जा रहा है। मुझे लगता है इसमें वो लोग हैं जो जिंदगी भर पॉलिटिक्स में न्यूसेंस का काम करते रहे हैं और मैं इन्हीं से भी जानना चाहता हूं कि किस बेस पे आखिर इस खबर को उन्होंने दिया। मेरा संकल्प है भारतीय जनता पार्टी को उत्तर प्रदेश में हराना और मैं आपके माध्यम से व्यापारी वर्ग से भी अपील करूंगा कि नोटबंदी पे कम से कम करारा जवाब भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दें। अखिलेश मेरे नेतृत्व, राम गोपाल जी मेरे बड़े भाई हैं, मैं पूर्णतः समाजवादी पार्टी के साथ हूं।
Meanwhile, Congress workers went on the rampage in Uttarakhand capital Dehradun today ahead of the assembly elections in the state. The supporters who are unhappy over distribution of poll tickets vandalized the party's office.
Fissures in the Congress party coming out into the open in northern Uttarakhand. Angry supporters, upset over the ticket distribution, vandalized the party's office in Dehradun on Monday. On Sunday, the Congress declared its candidates for 63 seats in the poll-bound state.
समस्या ये आनंद शर्मा जी को लेकर समस्या है। जो उन्होंने पिछली बार चुनाव लड़ा था, उनको 11 दिन के अंदर कांग्रेस पार्टी ने टिकट दिया था, जिसके अंदर उनको 22,000 वोट पड़ा था। अब उनका टिकट 5 साल से वो मेहनत कर रहे हैं अपने क्षेत्र के अंदर, पूरा क्षेत्र उनका है, पूरा हिंदू मुसलमान समाज उनके साथ जुड़ा हुआ है। आज उनका टिकट काट दिया गया है। अब क्यों काट दिया गया? उनका टिकट नहीं कटना चाहिए था।
जो पार्टी का कमांडर होता है उसका काम लड़ना नहीं होता, उसका काम लड़वाना होता है। वो हमारे पीछे खड़े रहे। नरेंद्र शर्मा, अगर टिकट नहीं मिलेगा तो सीधा सीधा है कि आप बीजेपी को सीट गंवा रहे हो।
The workers threw chairs, broke furniture and tore off posters in the party office. Congress spokesperson said that the workers will be persuaded and they will steadfastly campaign for the party for the upcoming elections.
जो समर्थक हैं उनके प्रत्याशियों को टिकट नहीं मिल पाया, इसलिए उनका उदासीन होना और इस तरह से अपना फ्रस्ट्रेशन निकालना ये बहुत ही स्वाभाविक है और ये प्रत्याशित था, कोई ऐसी प्रत्याशित बात नहीं हो रही है और ये हर चुनाव के समय पर टिकट बंटवारे के समय पर होती है।
Big ticket entrants from the PDF in the Congress list include Prasad Naithani from Devprayag, Kishore Upadhyay from Sahespur, Indra Ridesh from Srinagar and Godiyal Ganesh from Haldwani. Chief Minister Harish Rawat is himself contesting from Haridwar rural and Kitcha seats. On Saturday, the BJP also released a list of 6 candidates.
कुछ हमारे जो पूर्व के विधायक थे उन्होंने कांग्रेस से चुनाव लड़ने का फैसला किया है, लेकिन हम उनसे इतना ही कहना चाहते हैं कि जब पहली बार उनको टिकट मिला था तो उस समय भी असंतोष था कार्यकर्ताओं में, उनके प्रति उनके टिकट को लेकर था, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं ने उनके पक्ष में सब लोगों को एकत्र किया और वो जीते। आज अगर वो कांग्रेस में गए हैं तो भाजपा के विधायक के रूप में गए हैं।
हमेशा ऐसा होता है जब लिस्टें जो हैं आउट हो जाती हैं और किसी जो है पार्टी के नेता को नहीं मिलता तो उसके जो समर्थक और शुभचिंतक होते हैं वो थोड़ा आहत होते हैं। तो अभी ये थोड़ा उनके अंदर की गर्मी है, 1-2 दिन और प्रतीक्षा की जाए तो धीरे धीरे करके सब लौट आएगा।
The Congress has given tickets to 4 former BJP MLAs, while many former Congress legislations had joined the BJP earlier. Elections to the 70-member Hirakhand Assembly will be held on February 15th. The Congress has a challenge ahead to maintain control of the state after surviving a leadership threat to the Harish Rawat government last year.
Rebellion has hit the political parties soon after announcement of tickets. Disheartened local leadership is expected to have a considerable impact on election results. With camera person Santosh Yadav, Nav Vikram Singh, Rajya Sabha TV, Dehradun.
Well, the Goa Pradesh Congress Committee on Monday released the party manifesto ahead of the upcoming Goa Assembly elections. The party promised free petrol for youth and wheat at 2 rupees, rice at 3 rupees and sugar at 7 rupees each. The manifesto also promises to provide free water and electricity to poor people without any increase in further taxes. Congress leader Jyotiraditya Scindia released the manifesto. The party has also promised to waive off outstanding mining loans to the extent of 1 truck load per family. Goa will go to polls on February 4th and the counting of votes in the state will be held on March 11th. Well, we'll bring you a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome to India's World. The primary basis of the European Union is free movement of goods and services, capital and labour. And she's closed the labour option.
It was a vote where populism won over cold statistics and logical messages about the gains that Britain has made out of being a member of the European Union.
The trade part is not what the killing part. It's the services part which is motivated. How you do that?
Watch experts debate what hard Brexit means for the UK in India's World on Rajya Sabha television.
In the Lutyens bungalow zone of Delhi, there is a perception that you are not a favorite of the central leadership. Why?
I was a disciplined soldier. I am a disciplined soldier. The people of the state would be giving the mandate.
Because Aam Aadmi Party is very clear that they are an anti-casino culture party, but BJP's stand has been that of a flip-flop.
We are unnecessarily being tarnished. All the 6 casinos which are floating in Mandavis is the gift of Congress government.
Watch To The Point with Goa Chief Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar only on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Let's get you all the news from around the world in Global Buzz. More than $11 million are said to be missing from Gambia's state coffers after the departure of longtime leader Yahya Jammeh. Luxury cars and other items were reportedly loaded onto a cargo plane as Jammeh left the country after 22 years in power. Financial experts were trying to evaluate the exact loss. Meanwhile, a convoy of military vehicles entered Gambia's capital, Banjul, on Sunday as part of an operation aimed at securing the country to allow new President Adama Barrow to return and take up office. China on Monday stressed that the new US administration must fully understand the importance of the One China policy and appreciate that the issue of Taiwan is highly sensitive for the Beijing government. US President Donald Trump had earlier said that the United States did not necessarily have to stick to its long-standing position that Taiwan is a part of One China. Trump had earlier upset the Chinese administration by taking a telephone call from Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen. More than 70 people were killed as the weekend saw renewed fighting in Yemen. Airstrikes by a Saudi-led coalition and fighting near the strategic Bab al-Mandab Strait killed at least 54 fighters of Shiite Houthi rebels and allied troops loyal to ex-President Ali Abdullah Saleh. 14 members of the pro-government forces were also killed. This comes as pro-government forces pushed to oust rebels from a key stretch of coastline. Airstrikes hit two Syrian towns under rebel control on Sunday on the eve of peace talks. A Turkey and Russia brokered ceasefire was held since December after President Bashar al-Assad's forces backed by Russian air power seized East Aleppo from rebel forces. Violence has however continued in some areas of western Syria with the government and rebels blaming each other. Syria's warring sides are meeting in Kazakhstan's capital on Monday with Russia, Turkey and Iran trying to bring an end to the 6-year-old conflict. Italy's emergency services continue to work around the clock on Monday as they search for 23 people who are still missing after an avalanche destroyed a mountain hotel in central Italy on January 18th. As many as 9 people have been pulled out alive from the rubble. Prosecutors in Pescara have opened a probe over alleged unintentional multiple manslaughter and negligence causing a large-scale disaster. And finally, some sports news now. And at the Australian Open, women's world number 2 Serena Williams advanced to the quarterfinals. Men's world number 3 Milos Raonic also made it to the last 8 with a comprehensive win. In mixed doubles, India's Leander Paes progressed to the quarterfinal along with his Swiss partner Martina Hingis. Here's more on the results from day 8. After a day of major upsets at the Australian Open on Sunday, the tournament saw no surprises on Monday. In the women's singles, world number 2 Serena Williams overcame stiff resistance from Czech Barbara Strykova to advance into the quarterfinals. The 35-year-old American was broken thrice in the first set but managed to win it 7-5. The 6-times champion then shifted gears in the second to close out the match with a 7-5, 6-4 victory. Serena will next face Britain's Johanna Konta for a place in the semi-final. 9th seed Konta saw off Russia's Ekaterina Makarova 6-1, 6-4 to reach the last 8 without dropping a set. In the men's singles, world number 3 Milos Raonic progressed to the quarterfinals with a 4-set victory over Spain's Roberta Bautista Agut. The 26-year-old Canadian dropped the second set but came back strongly to win 7-6, 3-6, 6-4, 6-1.
But he got there in the end against...
Meanwhile, David Goffin became the first male Belgian to reach the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. Goffin recovered from a set down to beat 8th-seeded Dominic Thiem of Austria 5-7, 7-6, 6-2, 6-2. He will next face Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov, who ended Uzbek Denis Istomin's dream run with a victory in 4 sets. India's Leander Paes and his Swiss partner Martina Hingis also reached the quarterfinals of the mixed doubles with an emphatic win in the round of 16. The Indo-Swiss pair defeated Australian duo Casey Delacroix and Matt Reed 6-3, 6-2. 2 other Indians, Sania Mirza and Rohan Bopanna, are also in contention with their respective partners. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television. Well, that's it on this newscast. Have a good evening.